They're chuckling right now.
Can you hear me? I can hear me.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
I'm not.
That's what I said.
Oh, I think I hear you now.
Test. Hey, you got to talk. Are we on?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Frankfort High School for the second game of the Athenian baseball day. We are getting ready to start the JV baseball game. Your JV Crawfordsville Athenians against Frankfort High School's JV team. I'm here with Jeff Decker, Justin Duggar on the computer, and Brandon McKinney on the camera. And we're excited. We have a beautiful day. I think the weather's warmed up quite a bit from this morning.
Yeah, it's really nice when these clouds break up and we get some sunshine on us. Warms us up really nice.
So in the first game, we actually had girls softball, varsity softball over here at Frankfort, and then we had at the same time, or maybe with an hour delay, we had varsity baseball, and now we're ready for JV baseball. In the first game, the varsity won 5-1 in a great 7-inning game after another victory, sweeping Western Boone last night. So good week for the Crawfordsville Athenians, still undefeated in the conference, and looking for more wins heading into next week with a busy week of baseball.
Yeah.
We have the JV team coming off a big victory last night against Zionsville High School, a team that they lost to just a week before that, 14-3, where they gave up, I think, 14 runs in one inning with probably 8 errors, as I recall, in that third inning of play.
Yeah, almost as many errors as runs as we gave up.
It was a long game, but last night they were able to turn that around on a solid day pitching, some really timely hitting, and also some great defense behind that pitching. So we'll see if these guys can bring that today, too, to the JV game. So here we go. We're going to start off with Luke Mangold leading off, number 29, playing shortstop. And Luke's been swinging a hot bat lately. And for strike one, we don't have a Frankfort lineup, is that right?
No.
So we're going to be calling out numbers. In the past, they've had good pitching here throughout their program, but that ball gets away from the catcher, so the count goes to 1-1 on Luke.
Yeah, Luke's been the leadoff batter all season. He's been the ignition for some pretty good plays. The other night against Fountain Central, he stole home plate when the pitcher was walking back to the mound and the catcher was picking up his face mask.
That was a great play. Yep, great play. Luke just doesn't get a full cut on that, and slow roller to the second baseman. The grass here, I heard some of the varsity guys on my way over talking about it. Yeah, they described it as 8 inches tall and really thick. I'm not sure that's quite right, but they definitely didn't mow it recently, and it slowed the ball down in the infield. Second batter is Will Kellerman, number 21 for the Athenians, who is also on the mound today, gets a start for Crawfordsville. But Will has been playing up with the varsity, playing some first base and bunting, doing some pinch running for them, and then also playing with the junior varsity. But he has not pitched since Tennessee, so today would be good to get him back on the mound and back in that rotation.
Yeah, I believe Will got one pinch hit in the varsity game, and he had a sacrifice bunt. Gets one between second and first baseman to right field for an easy base hit.
Well placed ball, yep. So first base runner for the Athenians today. And, next batter is number 24, Cameron Saunders. I think probably playing left field today.
Yeah, Cam's really had a strong bat the last couple of games, hitting a lot of deep balls.
We'll see what happens here. Ball gets away from the catcher, and Will's able to safely get to second base. Will's got some speed out there, so they usually have him in motion most of the time as he looks down at Coach Bean. Coach Bean and Coach Coy here today, and then, of course, the varsity guys are sitting in the stands. Had a nice cookout tailgate today, so parents and fans, and had a great meal. With a lot of great parent support. This Crawfordsville Athenian baseball family is a lot of fun and a great experience for for the kids to play in. So count goes to 1-1 on Cam. Swings over the top of that fastball for strike 2, so the count's 1-2 with Kellerman on second base.
Kellerman's going on the pitch.
Outside, taken for ball 2. Kellerman safely into third. So counts at 2-2 with a runner 90 feet away from the first run of the game.
It's in the dirt, past the catcher, back to the backstop. Kellerman comes in, standing up.
A nice long backstop here. So,
yeah, and the tall grass kind of stopped that one from hitting the backstop and bouncing back to the catcher. So played in our favor there.
Works against them a little bit. So the count's now full at 3-2 with 1 out and 1 run across. Bases are now empty. So we can see if we can get something going here on the payoff pitch. Right in there. Cam successfully battles that one away. Fights off what looked like a strike.
Might have been a little high, but it's one of those that you at full count, you're not going to just sit there and watch that one go by.
We've seen that happen too many times, haven't we? This JV team is full of freshmen. He's still battling in there. Count stays full at 3-2. A couple fouls, so he's seeing several pitches this at bat. Got a nice breeze, looks like blowing in from center field, but it's a beautiful day. Ball's outside, and he takes a walk.
And from the umpire's motion, I thought he was going to ring him up there.
He started in
didn't know if he saw the same pitch we saw.
Yeah, he started in that strikeout motion, okay. So number 25, Cade Fitzwater, shortstop who's played middle infield usually, played a little third base this season. Today, I think, well, we just don't know yet. Cameron's in motion, and he is in to second base safely on the steal. Throw was not in time.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't remember where Cade was in the pregame warm-up. Can't remember if he was over at second base or if he was at third base.
Yep. Usually it's one of those two. Pitcher steps off. Don't see that motion very often in JV baseball where they actually turn around and make the throw to second.
Usually it's just a step off to get the runner to go back.
Ooh, nice hit the other way. And it's down for a base hit, and that grass does kill it for sure.
Saunders coming in, play at the plate. The play goes short. Fitzwater smartly goes to second.
Great play right there. Yep, on the base hit by Cade Fitzwater. Saunders scores from second base on good base running. The throw was coming hard, but it was well short, and so the catcher cut it off, went to second with it. So we got 2 runs across with 1 out, and number 19, Sammy Riddle, steps in the plate. Sammy has been the primary catcher on the JV, but also played a little bit of outfield and second base, I think, even once.
He was in for pitching on a couple games, too.
Yeah, and did well. He actually threw a couple really good games. There's a first breaker I think we've seen from pitcher number 27. And Sammy takes that one for strike 1. Second pitch is low. Catcher's having a little trouble hanging onto that ball.
Yeah.
So second pitch is low, evens the count up at 1-1.
Yeah, the first varsity game and this game will both push back an hour because of field conditions, and home plate seemed to be pretty wet, and it's pretty clumpy up there, so.
Ball hit out of play down the right field line. And that goes in for strike 2, or counts for strike 2, so it counts 1-2. Yeah, I noticed coming up here, it was just a lot. They got a lot more rain. They got rain yesterday where we really didn't. But fights off that inside pitch there, turns on it, and really pulls it. I think that might have hit him if he hadn't turned on it. So it counts at 1-2 still. Sammy stands in with Cade Fitzwater still at second base. Cade's going, and that ball is foul and out of play, or just at the fence. Sammy's having good at bat too here. Fouling off several pitches.
Yeah, we've done a good job of getting the Frankfort pitcher to throw as many pitches as we can possibly get him to throw.
It's nice to see a lot and then go help your teammates out. That ball gets by the catcher outside in the dirt, and Sammy.
And Fitzwater moves from second to third.
Yep. Give a little weather update here. .62 degrees here is what it says. And there's some clouds and stuff. That ball also gets by. I don't know if he's crossing up the catcher or just throwing it outside in the dirt. That's several pass balls.
Yeah.
Or wild pitches. I don't know how you'd score that, but I'd score that one a wild pitch.
Yeah, I think the last two have been wild pitches over in the left-hand batter's box.
So that allows another run to score, so that moves the score to 3-0. Sammy's sitting in a full count now with one out, and the bases are empty. And that ball does bounce way back off the backstop and will keep Sammy at first base. Otherwise, if it had been like the other ones, as hard as he took off, I think he probably would have been staying on second base.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if that was a walk or if it hit Sammy's helmet when he ducked under the pitch.
Yeah, it did shoot back here. I'd say this, in Athenian baseball, often those guys are taught, hey, if that ball gets by on ball 4, you are to think you're going to run hard because there's a potential they're going to send you to second base.
Right.
Get those guys into scoring position as often as possible. Calvin Cheney now steps in, puts it in play on the first pitch, makes a fielder by the first baseman back throw into center field, and that allows the pinch runner, number 4, Philip Fosdick, to go from first to third on that. And Calvin Cheney is on the air. Would have been a fielder's choice, I think.
Yes.
The throw was low from first and into the outfield. The guy just needs to take his time. I think he turned the right way, fielded it where that grass does kill it. Every ball hit out there that we've seen roll back here is slow roller. Now up Jake Weimer, number 8, playing some third base and catcher, and just hit him. Hit him on the arm. Jake's not sure he wants to go. He probably wants to hit, knowing him.
Well, I think after the way the Zionsville game ended last night, he might have had a little question. As last night the Zionsville game ended with the batter swinging at the ball inside over the plate and caught the batter in the arm, and he thought he got the base, and the umpire called him out for stepping out of the box, I believe.
Is that what it was? I was not sure what happened. If the fact that he swung negated the hit by pitch or what exactly happened. But needless to say, now we have bases loaded for Ethan Pierman, number 44, who plays first base and catches, does a lot of catching duties for the varsity as well, bullpens and warming up pitchers. So Ethan stands in. He's been swinging a hot bat, at least for the JV. He's really hit well this season, and his see what he can do with bases loaded. Guys leading everywhere. Good second. Ooh, catcher actually stopped that with his bare hand.
He did.
He got over, got his bare hand in front of it, and probably needs to just slide over and let that hit his protection, his protective equipment. I'll tell you what, that sun feels good. It actually was cold this morning.
Yeah.
The people around us are in blankets, but it has warmed up extensively now. So Justin's shedding clothes over here next to us. He's not shirtless yet, but if he goes shirtless, we'll turn the camera over on him. Low. Counts 3-1. The good old hitters count there, right?
There you go.
What are you looking for here?
Well, normally I would say that we're probably going to be taking, but with bases loaded and only one out, I think Coach Bean may give him the green light to go ahead and swing if he gets one in the middle.
I think you're right, but that was not even close. So runners are going to move on the walk, and the ball got by. That was definitely a wild pitch.
Yeah, this pitcher is having an issue. I don't know if he's throwing across his body instead of coming straight towards the plate.
He's a big right-hander, and Coach is going to make a visit. I don't know if we'll see a change here. This kind of struggle with just one out, that's a tough position for the pitcher to be in.
Yeah.
Hard to overcome. Mr. Jim Bean walking up here. I'd like to get him on for this broadcast.
I heard your son pitched real well last night.
They said he had a good game. Thank you. Yep. Cole got to throw last night and threw a complete game. Gave up a few hits, and they got the victory back over Zionsville 3-2.
Yeah, me and Jeff Nelson were talking about that in the varsity broadcast. Trent last night at Western Boone just had good command of his curveball and just was locking the batters up. And I said, well, it must have just been the way the wind or temperatures were last night because Cam was doing the same thing in Crawfordsville.
Favorable conditions certainly help, yes. So here we go with, again, bases loaded.
Get Jake Decker up the bat.
Number 6, Jake Decker, does a lot of pitching. He's a starter and reliever. We'll come in when we get in trouble because Jake can throw strikes. And then when he's not pitching, holds down center field and does well in the outfield. Jake has been several times this season had to step in with bases loaded and one out or no outs, and done a nice job of getting us out of trouble from time to time. So Jake steps in, bases loaded, 4-0 lead, and one out. Ball outside. Makes the count 2-1. And he's looking for something he can drive at this point. Low strike, look like the bottom of the strike zone, so that evens the count up at 2-2. And so Jake will have to go into protect mode here.
Yeah, we need to possibly choke up on the bat and try to just put something out there and play.
Yep, choke and poke, as they say. Boom. The umpire believed that was a strike, and that's the guy that matters. Looked a little outside. He had a hard time there. Had to step across and foul that pitch off. But if anything, that ends up for the second out of the inning on a called third strike. And so that gets us around back to the leadoff spot in the order. Luke Mangold is back up for a second time in the first inning. Luke walked his first time, is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Because then Cade followed that up with a hit, as I recall.
Yes.
Or Will did. Sorry, Will did. Yep. Fouled that one off. Catcher hangs on to it. So second strike. Wouldn't have mattered, of course, on the second strike, but 1-2. One and one. I was wrong. Thanks to Brandon McKinney helping me out.
And the umpire's getting a little more level with that outside edge of the plate.
Umpire's ready for this the top half of the inning to be over. So he's opened it up a little bit from what we saw. Now it's 1-2, and that was clearly outside. About the same strikeout pitch that Jake Decker got. Again, doesn't matter what we think.
We run out of food all the time.
Another ball in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for anybody to go. Luke stands in again, swinging a hot bat. Didn't get to use it first at bat, but we'll see what he can do here. Luke takes a healthy cut at it, but can't catch up to that high fastball for strike three. So last two guys get out of the inning. I don't know if the pitcher settled down there a little bit and got a little more control, I would say, the last couple batters. Mm-hmm. So, but he faced enough for it to be the third inning. So we have a 4-0 lead here for the Athenians going into the bottom half of the first inning. And we'll run through the lineup as soon as these guys get into position, because we're not exactly sure who's...
It looks like we're going to have Sammy Riddle behind the plate with Will Kellerman on the mound, Jacob Weimer third base, Luke Mangold shortstop, Cade Fitzwater at second, Calvin Cheney at first, Cameron Saunders in left, Jake Decker in center, and Luke Dunham in right.
It's been a pretty standard lineup, at least games of late.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it depends on who's pitching. And again, I think this, as I said before, I think it's Will's first outing since Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. He was slated to start at Northview.
Okay.
However, Tommy Edwards got sick for the varsity and wasn't able to play, and they had to make arrangements to bring Kellerman from almost Brazil back to Crawfordsville so that he could play first base for varsity that night.
Did a quick handoff there, as I recall, and came up there.
I do believe, if I'm correct, that was his first varsity action also.
Okay. So, I heard he arrived like 2 minutes before the first pitch.
Yeah.
So, I bet his dad, Kevin, drove the speed limit all the way.
Assuredly.
Okay. So, getting ready for the bottom half again. We apologize. We don't have any... there's no roster that we saw for the junior varsity game. So we do, of course, know the Athenians, but we don't know the Frankfort players. So their leadoff is number 11. Nope, number 10. I was trying to read his number from the wrong angle. So we don't know names. Apologize for that. That makes it a little bit annoying, but we'll do the best we can with the leadoff hitter. Stands in. Will Kellerman's first pitch is in there for a swinging strike. That would have been a strike anyway.
Yeah, that was a good pitch by Will.
First pitch. Way to get on top early. Love our Athenian pitchers to be able to do that and just work ahead in the count. That causes that second pitch there to be a swinging miss. He wouldn't have been able to touch that one. It was a little high outside, but close enough. The batter swung. Strike three. Great start. Strikes out the leadoff. Looking at that third pitch, which was a strike, and the umpire rang him up.
Yeah, Kellerman ran a series there, went right down the middle for number one, high and outside for two, and in and low for three. Great start. Second batter's number 11, and he makes contact that pops up to shortstop. They lost it, and the ball drops in. The sun is right there in line with where that ball was hit perfectly, so when Luke looked up from shortstop, he had a bad angle. Third baseman really needed to take that one because he has a different angle at that, and Jake Weimer just needed to step in there and handle that one. I think that was the coachable moment information that you just got from Coach Bean. That's good. That means we got it right. So number 3 hitter in there for Frankfort. Ooh, you got him. You got it. And great pickoff move. Nice advance, too, from Kellerman, being a lefty, is, he caught that base runner sleeping on his leadoff, and we could tell he got a late jump back. We thought, if that ball is caught, he's going to be out. So, and that's exactly what happened. Second out, he erases the base runner with a nice pickoff move. And now we got 2 outs and strike 1 on the swing of the first pitch here. Yeah, I believe this is the pitcher. Yes. 27 is the third hitter in the lineup for Frankfort. The old hot dogs. Oh, same pattern, but this guy doesn't swing at it to help him out, so he's a little high on the outside. Count goes to 2-1. Nope, 1-1. I was reading the scoreboard. I thought that was only his second pitch. Gave us that. If I was a pitcher, I would be living low and away today because that seems to be where the umpire likes to call strikes. We got that same strike. So strike zones continued in the bottom half of the inning, which I like to see consistency. Batter's got to make adjustments to that. Pitcher's got to understand where the strike zone is. And Jeff, you're right. Just live right there. That's a tough pitch to hit until they start to go away with it. And strike 3 swinging. Right. High heat, great first inning, 3 up, 3 down for Kellerman, who's going to hustle back in because I think he is up to bat. So number 21
has 2 strikeouts and a pickoff. Strikes out the first hitter, comes back, and picks off the second batter, and then strikes out the third. Pretty good. So we will head to the second inning. The Athenians batting, and we are at the number 2 spot in our order with Will Kellerman up to bat. Had one miscue there on that. Certainly wasn't a base hit. I know often official scores if a ball drops in the outfield, at least at the high school level, they often give that a base hit. The infield, I'm not so sure that's the case. That would probably go down as an error because that just simply should be, that play's got to be made. So, learning experience. When a guy's battling the sun, you got to help him out. Any excitement in the varsity game? Were you here for the varsity game, Jeff?
Yeah, I did the webcast with Nelson on the varsity game. Nothing overly exciting. Chase Dow pitched 6 good solid innings, 60 pitches in 6 innings. So the only way you could do any better is if he struck everybody out with pitches and threw 9 an inning. So then Brendan Dow came in the 7th inning, faced 3 batters, struck out 2, and I think had 1 pop out. So
that's great. Yeah, 10 pitches an inning. We'll take that anytime. So Frankfort, number 27, stays on the mound. He had a long first inning. Gave up 4 runs on a variety of occurrences. Most often, I would say it was a lot of pass balls, a lot of wild pitches, which helped out the Athenian runners. So Will Kellerman stands in after just coming in from a great. Here's what I've heard often: great play in the field leads to a great at bat, and he had a pretty nice outing. Off the hill, swinging at strike 2 is Mr. Kellerman, so the count's 0-2. And Will, you can see it, he chokes up. It's clearly shortens that swing up, and his goals make contact here with 2 strikes. Ball, the count goes to 1-2. Is that a knuckleball? We don't face a lot of knuckleballers, but that looked like to me that ball didn't have much rotation or much control.
Yeah, way outside of the batter's box there.
He did that same move again, the umpire did. I thought he was getting ready to call strike 3, and he called it inside on the left-handed batting Will Kellerman. Well inside. Yep. You and I got to get used to his motion.
Yeah, we're going to get used to that low pointing.
I was like, So, Will works that count after getting down 0-2. He works a walk out of that at bat, and up next is Cameron Saunders.
Yeah, Kellerman always a threat to steal also, so the pitcher is going to have to keep an eye on him.
Cameron hits it pretty softly back up the middle, works the same as a bunt to move the runner to second base. Probably not really what you want him to do there, but he did make some contact. The pitcher has a little bit of trouble fielding that, I'd say, but is able to make the play and get Cameron at first. That moves Kellerman to second. Cade Fitzwater in next with a runner on second.
Yeah, Fitzwater with a base hit last inning between second and first. Kellerman's stealing on the pitch.
Ball goes into the outfield. The throw attempt on the steal to cut down Kellerman goes into the left, and Kellerman scores because he heads up out there.
That was just perfectly played. Fitzwater had the fake bunt steal. The fake bunt drew the third baseman in up the line, so Kellerman took advantage of nobody being on third, and then the catcher makes a bad throw towards third that goes out in the left field, and Kellerman scores.
And Cade with a foul ball. Getting a little instruction from Coach Bean because that ball stayed in the dirt so it can ricochet off that really thick and tall grass and bounce back. But in any case, you got to run those out because it can come back fair, and then you got to stand there and be an easy out. Lots of coaching opportunities here for these guys, which is the great thing about this. Ball hit slow roller again with this grass. Becomes even slower. Fielded well by the third base, and he's on at first base and get the out. So now we have 2 outs. A run did come across, and Sammy Riddle. A run came across the last batter, but Sammy Riddle is number 19.
Come on, Sammy.
Couple things about Athenian baseball you're going to learn how to do, right? You're going to learn how to bunt. You're going to learn how to fake bunt.
And you're going to learn how to take being hit by a pitch.
You're going to stand in there. What comes to mind for me is Cale Wendelin. I think he's been hit 9 times maybe this season already. Oh, called third strike. So, third out of the inning for Riddle. Strikeout, much better for the Frankfort pitcher that inning.
Yeah.
And his control was there. He didn't.
I think the Crawfordsville batters are going to have to get used to paying a little more attention to the outside pitch there.
Yeah, I agree. That's why we kind of watched those a couple times and had a rough at it.
I think the guy that's doing
Okay. So Will Kellerman on for his second inning of work, warming up with Coach Coy. And it'll be okay with me if we just kind of repeat that first inning.
Yeah, that'll be
fun. No defensive changes that we see, not yet. We have looks like maybe some changes here. Is the coach just walking over slowly? Frankfort coach just keeps the book with him. That's what's going on. Sammy Riddle with a nice throw there down to second base. And these guys work hard really at every aspect of the game, including their warm-ups between innings. The serious team always comes together on the mound, and they just constantly are pulling it together in a team effort, supporting and encouraging each other, and that makes it a lot of fun. Both Jeff and I are dads in the program, and that makes it a lot of fun to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Will starts off with a strike. He makes contact. Looks like Cade Fitzwater underneath it. Makes a play. Nice play. Into the short outfield, and Dunham was there. Ethan stayed home at first base, so if they did drop it, they could still have a chance to get the out.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot well executed right there. Cade was on it from crack of the bat.
Yeah,
and again, fighting the sun.
Yeah, did a good job getting his glove up there, block the sun so he could find the ball again and make the catch.
Left-handed Will Kellerman to left-handed Frankfort batter. Number 5, if my math is right, in their lineup. Number 16 is up. He's in the 5 spot, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Nice pitch. 1-1 is the count. Justin Duggars helped me out because their scoreboard person here at the land of hot dogs is not staying up. So strike 2, swinging strike 2 with nice curveball. And it's 1-2.
Yeah, I think the batter noticed it was a curveball, but by the time he decided to swing, it was way too late. I'm not sure if that was a little bit of a changeup or another curveball there.
It looked like another curveball, but goes to second out of. We're able to record the second out of the inning on that nice pitch, and that batter didn't really want to swing or realized he needed to. Way too late. Nice first pitch. Number 41, 6 batter. takes a healthy cut at it, but is behind it. 0-1 is the count.
Good pitch.
And he's right on that low outside corner.
Yeah.
And they had to swing, and counts 0-2 with 2 outs here in the second inning. Ooh. That pitch must have been a little inside. Looked like it was really close. So it counts 1-2.
It was a good spot to put it. It was a little up. The batter could see it. I'm surprised he didn't swing or take a cut at it.
In the Athenian program, you're going to hit spots. That's what they want you to do. I realize in any program that's what they want you to do, but in particular, they really want you to be thrown inside or outside of the plate or right where they want it. Count is full now. Batters work a full count here, number 41. So it's 3-2, again with 2 outs, and we'll see what Will comes back here with. Right down the middle of the plate. Beautiful pitch. Strike 3. So, he's faced the minimum number of batters that he could face and recorded
4 strikeouts out of those.
4 strikeouts in the first 6 batters. Great start. Four strikeouts, you're not really giving your defense any chances to, come back behind you. But they did fight off another pop fly. Cade made a nice play on that, and that's not, with the sun where it is here, that's not really routine.
No.
Although we expect the play to be made.
Yeah, Calvin keeps doing this. The rest of the fielder is going to get a little bored out there.
Yeah, not much action. Today is the Crawfordsville High School prom, so the juniors and seniors and other guys that are going to prom from the varsity team are getting ready to pack up and head out as they get back to get ready for the big night.
Yeah, they got people that's where they're heading that way.
And we got to go in, and my daughter is on that prom committee and helped decorate that last night. Their theme is Under the Sea. So it took me back to our days, Jeff, and the old Southmont High School proms, and in the same class there as Mounties. But we're full-blooded Athenians now. That's what happens when your kids go to Crawfordsville. Who do we have up?
Looks like we're coming up with Calvin Cheney.
Okay. Calvin Cheney must be hitting for somebody today because he's not playing in the field. That is the case. Calvin, after a challenging start to the year, and he'd been out of baseball for a year. He didn't play after his 8th grade year and came back this year as a sophomore. Was making some adjustments at the plate and has done that well the last week and a half. Has really hit the ball well. Even when he's made outs, he's put the ball in play, but even when they've been outs, they've been hard hit balls. All right, so.
Yeah, Calvin will be DHing for Luke Dunham.
Okay. Luke is playing right field. And Calvin is hitting for him. First pitch inside and off the catcher's glove again. Bounces to the Frankfort dugout. So first pitch is a ball. 1-0. Second pitch, Calvin puts it in play. Doesn't get all of it by any means, so it's a slow dribbler back to the pitcher for the easy throw to first and records the first out of the inning. We're on top of 3. The Athenians are leading 5-0. Jake Weimer is up. Takes ball 1 in the dirt, outside. And go 2.
pitcher's kind of got a little bit of a sidearm delivery, or at least three-quarter slot delivery, and keeps throwing it across his body into the left-hand batter's box.
Yeah, I feel like that's what he struggled with first inning. It was a rough first inning for him. That ball's right in the middle of the zone. Jake swings on, but again, another slow dribble back to the pitcher, and records a second out of the inning as he makes the play at first.
Yeah, we're just not getting good solid swings on, good solid contact on some of these pitches, and they just dribble right back to the pitcher.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're not patient or just not swinging hard, but ball one, outside and low. 2 outs in the inning, score 0-5.
German swings and fouls that one off, which would have been a strike. So it's a good swing at the bat there. Oh, I just lost you.
I lost me.
There you go.
You're back? Okay. Sorry. We lose them in the headset here. I can't hear what I'm saying, and I can't hear Jeff. Coming up with a 1-2 count. Outside pitch. He takes a healthy cut at it, but no contact for strike 3. Records a third out of the inning on a strikeout. So 2 easy ground balls. That wasn't our best inning at the plate, but 2 easy ground balls back to the pitcher, and then a strikeout to end the threat in the third. And so Will Kellerman's back on for his third inning of work.
We should be up to see the 7, 8, 9 batter.
Okay. And if all goes as we have it planned, that'll be it.
So it brings us to the bottom of the third inning. Crawfordsville Athenians with a 5-0 lead.
Hey, Jeff, what's going on with your son's a 7th grader and your other son, that is, Sam, and what's going on with their baseball team?
They were playing a doubleheader today down in Northview. Got a couple texts from my wife who's down there watching the game, and I'm not sure if maybe they just didn't wake up this Saturday morning, or they're still a little sleepy or what, but the text didn't look too encouraging. Coach had already called a timeout and was out speaking with the infield. So,
offering some encouragement.
Yeah. Encouragement or motivation, one of the two. But no, they're 7th graders. This is their first year at 60 feet pitching, 90 bases.
That's a long way.
It's a long way. So it's a big step for them this year. Some good pitching coming up, as always. Working on their hitting and their playmaking and stuff like that. They'll improve as the season goes. It's going to be a struggle to begin with, as we all know, that first year in junior high.
That's for sure. Number 7 batter stands in. First pitch he takes for a strike. Number 35 is in the 7 hole for Frankfort. And Will stays true to form here and comes right at him. Second pitch, he's swinging. It's popped up, but it's in.
It's going to be out of play.
Yep, hit the top of the dugout. Hit the top of the visitor's dugout, so but that makes it strike 2. So
I'm thinking Will is throwing first pitch strikes with every batter, so getting on top early and staying on top, that's the way to be.
Yeah, it looks good. A couple really good outings, or actually pretty good outings all week long for our Athenians, both at the JV and varsity level. And pitching is deep and something obviously that most teams work on. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Justin Duggar's helped me out as the scoreboard stays behind, but I thought that was strike 3, but the umpire thought that was ball 2. So 2-2 is the count. Not sure. Must have been low.
Must have been just a little low.
Yep. Breaker comes in there nicely, grabs the back side of the plate for strike 3. He was just 1 pitch behind me. So is this the number 8 batter? Stepping in. I didn't catch his number, 40.
40, I think.
Yep. Number 40 for Frankfort. First pitch he takes inside to the right-handed hitter. That may have been. Did you jinx him?
Might have.
First, I think that's the first ball.
2 balls.
Yep, 2 balls and no strikes here to the number 8 hitter. It's because Jeff said he started everybody off with a strike, which is a true statement.
Kind of like basketball. If you haven't missed a free throw all season, as soon as the announcer says something, you're going to miss.
That's right. 3-0 the count, so he's going to have to do some work here to get back into this one, which we know he's fully capable of. But I was going to say, in pitching in Crawfordsville baseball, the philosophy is that everybody is a pitcher. And so they will have you working and throwing bullpens, and so on that 7th grade team, they're going to work at it. 3-1 is a count. Traditional hitters count. Nice pitch on that outside low corner for strike 2.
Yeah, Kellerman's worked hard to get this back to a full count here.
See if he can get out of it. And he does with nice, great pitch.
Right fastball right down the middle. I don't think there's much chance of that batter catching up to that fastball.
No, typically that's what the guys near the bottom of the order are going to see. So we've got 2 outs. And, he worked back from the 3-0 count to strike him out. Didn't catch the number, did you?
23.
23 is in the 9 spot.
We'll start with the first pitch strike.
There you go.
Not going to say anything about that anymore.
Back to our good pattern. 2 outs.
He made up for 2 strikes
2
here.
strikes in a row. Thrown a lot of strikes, actually. And my guess is, with the number 9 hitter, you're coming right at him, especially in JV baseball. Boom, he does. Strike 3. 3 outs. Face the minimum number, so he's making quick work of these Frankfort hitters. And the score remains 5-0 in favor of your Athenians.
Kellerman just recorded the 7th strikeout out of 9 batters.
7 out of 9. That is exactly what you have to see. So 3 innings of work, 7 strikeouts. We head to the top of 4th, and the Athenians batting. And it looks like Jake Decker is going to lead off the inning.
Yep, the 9-10 or 9-1-2.
9-1-2. It's a nice place to be.
It is a good place to be.
Jake has batted, he's batted 9th a couple games. He also batted 2nd. He was in the 2 spot, as I recall, for a game or 2 there in the last week. And so they do mix up the lineup. Depends on what personnel are available. Some of these guys are up and down with the varsity, and some of them they can't always take the full team on the road just because of the size of the minibus that they take. Mm-hmm. So you end up with a little bit different lineup. It depends on what's happening at the varsity level and who they need to maybe run or step in for somebody who's injured or sick on the field. And so we get Coach Bean, I think, may never know until like 4 o'clock, 4:15 on game day during the week who he's taking with him. And so guys just got to be ready to go all the time, and they do a great job of having them prepared, being ready to go. And obviously these guys are working the web to be ready for the varsity level. That's what's nice about this JV program. And lots of games. How many we played this week?
We played every day except for Thursday this week.
Yep. And Thursday, varsity and I know softball games got rained out anyway, so a good chance we wouldn't have played if we had a game scheduled.
And I think last week we played Monday through Friday 5 games. So close to 9-10 games in 2 weeks. That's a lot of baseball.
These guys are getting a lot of baseball in. So Jake Decker steps in and takes ball 1 outside. So he's looking for a pitch that he can drive. Put somewhere out in this thick grass. That center fielder is about 5 steps in front of the fence. Count is 2-0 with the wind blowing in. Jake takes the 3rd pitch of the at-bat, and it's that low strike. For some reason that gets away from the catcher. Not sure what was happening, but he was clearly taking there, and it's 2-1.
All right. Mountain Dew.
There's an off-speed pitch that comes in for strike 2 as Jake takes a cut at him. Is a little out in front of it. getting some encouragement from Grandpa behind us. I heard him. Oh, 3 outside. Count is 3-2. And
I think we've been here before.
yes.
Hopefully he'll be protecting the outside edge of that plate.
Yeah, he's up there pretty close now this time. And it was out there again. That was in that in-between spot. Phew. But it was outside. And Jake wisely knows he's not going to get a very good cut on it, not going to get much bat on it, and gets a walk out of it. We'll take it.
All right, that brings up top of the order Luke Mangold up the bat.
Luke has walked and then put one in play, I think, and he's whoa, goodness! That ball comes through the backstop, and boy, there's a baby back there in a stroller. It comes through the backstop netting here at Frankfort. So even if you're sitting here, you got to keep your eyes open.
Yeah, you're not feeling too safe now.
Wow, that's not great. Yep. Ball is in the dirt and gets away from the catcher. Again, wild pitch. That moves Decker to second base. So he's in scoring position with no outs, and Luke Mangold up to bat. Got Luke Mangold in there. And another ball in the dirt. I think he's throwing that about 55 feet. Unfortunately. Count is 2 balls and a strike on Luke. 2-1. Jake and Luke check in with Coach Bean, get their signs. Get ready to go.
Third baseman's way up on the grass looking for Byrne. It's through the catcher's legs. Decker will move to third easily.
Decker may be able to come. Pitcher doesn't come any harder than that. Decker may be able to score in that. 3-1's the count. But he barely came off the mound.
He did.
With Decker running hard to third, and he rounded it well. Probably if it's not 5-0 or it's in a later inning, we'd take advantage of that.
Might have if it's a little closer game.
Yep. So hitters count, 3-1. Luke gets to hit his pitch or swing at it, and he does.
Nose on it.
And swinging strike. Count is full with no outs, and Decker at third base. Oh, nice drawing drive to left field. Beautiful piece of hitting. Great at bat. Scores Decker easily, of course. And Luke is safe at first. Yep. So Luke getting some instruction right there as coaches always want these guys running hard, and he's got to think about double, even a base hit to the outfield, because there's a chance they'll make a throw or a bad throw, and we're just thinking 2. So running harder. Will does fake bunt, but the ball was actually in there for a strike. Nobody was actually at third base because the third baseman came all the way in on the bunt attempt from Kellerman. That moves Mangold to second. Again with no outs. Base runner at second base. Another run came across last bat. Bill hits one to second, hitting behind the base runners. And they get him 4-3 for the first out of the inning, but that also moves Mangold to third. And in steps the 3 spot, Cameron Saunders, who last time hit one of, I think, our 3 slow dribblers back to the pitcher.
Yep.
Good ball, Cam.
Got one down. First pitch down the middle and swinging strike. So Mangold stands at third, gets a nice lead. Ooh, there's a curveball hit the other way, hit behind him. And the right fielder was coming hard, but Cameron is safe at first. I don't think he really would have had a play on him, but he was coming hard enough like he wanted to.
Yeah, the right field really looked like he wanted to come to first attack, but first baseman didn't even make him move to the bag. So
wasn't thinking that way. So Cameron hits that curveball the other way like he should, because that ball was tailing away from him. And he goes the other way, scores the run easily. And Cade Fitzwater's in, hits the ball into the hole. Shortstop's there, but does not have a play. He had to go waste to get that. Cade makes that nicely. And again, on this infield, that ball's going to roll pretty slowly. And so Cade able to be safe at first, and Cameron Saunders safe at second base.
brings up Sammy Riddle.
Both all were checking signs, so we'll see what Coach Bean does with the base runners with a 7-0 lead in the top of the fourth inning. Sammy Riddle stands in, as Jeff said. Second baseman's covering pretty close on the runner on second. But there's the bunt.
Good job.
One ball, no strikes, and one out. Got two base runners on, Saunders and Fitzwater. And both runners are in motion on a bunt attempt, or probably fake bunt attempt.
Good ball, Sammy. Let's go.
So that means we got runners at second and third, two in scoring position.
I think it's a 2-1 count.
Count is 2 balls and a strike with one out. Ball low for a 3-0 count.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
3-1.
Yep. Is it 3-1? Yeah.
3-0.
3-0. I thought it was 3-1. Okay. 3-0 says Justin Ducker. I think he's always got it right. So.
All right, here we go.
3-1.
Yeah. Sammy takes a strike right down the middle. I doubt if he had the take sign there, but he didn't want that pitch. So 3-1 is the count with 2 on and 1 out.
No, it's full count now.
Swinging strike for Sammy. Makes the count 3-2.
Here we go. Come on, expand the zone and take one here. Come on.
Sammy's a good hitter. He's choking up on the bat a little bit. Ball's outside, gets away, and
Pitch actually went into the dirt and then came off the shin guard of the catcher out to the right side of first base.
And Sammy with a really heads-up play there. Nobody was covering second. Shortstop had gone away. I don't know what the second baseman was doing. And that allowed Sammy on ball 4 in the dirt that came off the shin guard, I think, of the catcher, to get to second base. It came off, bounced away from the catcher a little bit, went up the line, and he was out of there. So Saunders comes in to score on that one, and Riddle and Fitzwater.
We're now set second and third.
Yep.
Looks like we got Philip Fosdick coming out to be courtesy runner for Riddle.
Yeah, Fosdick number 4 is really first-year baseball. Didn't play as a young guy, so he's learning the game right now as a sophomore on the Athenian team, and he is fast. They said, I remember my son, Cameron, came home from practice early in the year and said, we were running some sprints, and he beat everybody, including all the varsity guys, upperclassmen.
Yeah, Philip was in junior high, he was cross-country runner. He was the number 1 runner on the team.
I'm guessing the track team is not excited about that, but we are thankful for his wheels.
Yeah, because good courtesy runner, as Jeff Nelson pointed out in the last game, Weston Evans was in the last 2 games 7 times on base. But Weston's a catcher, so every time he gets on, he never has to run. So Ethan McKinney comes in. So having a good, fast courtesy runner that can run the bases and steal is really, really important.
It is. It's often overlooked, I think, and not maybe even utilized for many teams. But some of the Crawfordsville makes a regular practice of. And then, obviously, that rests your catcher a little more, but you get some guys with some wheels that can steal a base or move ahead, get into scoring position, just do a lot of things for you, put pressure on the other team. So Calvin Cheney steps in, number 34. And he swings at the high when he wanted it. He's ready to swing. Calvin's ready to put something in play. So he's aggressive at the plate, but that was probably out of the zone. He needs something down, and like that one, that second pitch was fouls it straight back, so his timing's good. Just missed it. But now he has 2 strikes, so he's working down from an 0-2 count with 1 out and runners on second and third. Fitzwater and Fosdick are on. And Crow's ball stays outside. They did make their pitching change. You know what number that is? 35. So is now pitching for Frankfort. Hey, Jeff, I'm going to point out something here. Watch their shortstop on the pitch. And their first baseman, there's no real down and ready, which is critical for these guys to learn. Okay, and that time he proved me wrong because I said something. That's always what it looks like. Swinging strike 3 for Cheney. Makes the second out of the inning. Now up for the Athenians, number 8. And Calvin just hurt himself there by swinging at that first high fastball. And got behind in the count. So Weimer steps in and does the same thing.
Yeah, sometimes they get that fastball up with the eyeballs. I think it's just I can really see it, and I'm going to crush this.
It must look like a watermelon coming in there or something. Oh, he swings at the high one, puts it in a kind of weird spot, but the pitcher's able to get to it. Makes the play at first. So the run, of course, doesn't count on the force out, and we end up with a few that inning. What's the score? 8? 8-0. Okay, so we put 3 on that inning. Makes score 8-0, and Kelman comes back out for the bottom of the 4th, his 4th inning of work this today. Looks like we
should be at the top of the order.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, could be.
3 batters an inning, and again, face a minimum number. It looks like we're playing with the same defensive alignment that we've had all game.
Hey, now.
So what's your prediction for this inning based on the pattern we've seen?
Well, if we continue with the pattern, we're going to see 1, 2, and 3.
All right. And no more?
And no more.
Okay. That's okay.
You know, even though Kellerman hasn't pitched in many games yet, I'm sure in practices and stuff like that, and maybe after varsity action, he's thrown a lot of bullpens. So
sure.
He's in better shape than, it's not like he hasn't been pitching at all.
Correct.
He just hasn't been pitching in games.
Hasn't faced the game situation, which is different, but you're right on. They don't leave any of these guys. They throw bullpens during games. They throw bullpens after games. They're always working to stay tuned up and ready to go. First pitch in there for strike 1?
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't say anything.
That's right. I thought about what I'm going to say.
It's actually turned out to be a great day, hasn't it? And either on the bunt attempt or fake bunt attempt, the ball gets away from Riddle. Count goes to 1-1 as the batter pulls the bat back, but it was kind of a weird play as he leaned in. And they checked down. I thought the same thing. I thought he made an attempt and offered at that. That should have been a strike, but first base umpire says no.
Well, that one's popped up over our heads, out of play.
Right behind us again. So count goes to 1-2. And even with the ball going straight behind you, the batter turns into a runner and gets down to first, but comes back. Yeah, if you don't know where it went, you got to run.
Yeah, this is the leadoff batter. He struck out swinging the first time up.
Okay.
And does again. Ball in the dirt. Sammy throws down to first.
Nice. steps inside the baseline and makes a great play on it. So records the first out of the inning on the first batter to stay true to form. Second batter, number 11, steps in. He's the,
This is the guy that hit the pop-up shortstop, got lost in the sun.
He does not make great contact again, however, just enough to get over second base, but not enough to get to our right fielder.
He was charging in to get that.
Yeah, they both were going after it hard, and I think Cade made a jump because he knew I'm not going to get there, but I'm going to give it an all-out effort. He did, but couldn't catch up to it. So that ball does drop in for a base hit.
Let's see what the base runner does here. Last time Kellerman picked him off from the...
Ethan makes a nice scoop out of the dirt there on that pickoff attempt.
Mm-hmm.
Really good play. That's a big deal if that gets by you because those fences are a long way away. You're probably going to get to third base if that ball's got anything on it at all.
Yeah, Kellerman definitely has this runner leaning back towards first instead of thinking second.
Yeah, he was pretty embarrassed there. His first time on. He is going, and Riddle's throw is great, and waiting for great play. So that runner has been erased twice. He's been on 2 times and erased twice. Great throw by Riddle down to second base.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a great cover by Cade Fitzwater.
Yeah, perfect tag. Well executed. Thelma comes back with a strike here.
And number 27, he also was a victim of striking out swinging.
Another strike, swinging, for strike 2.
2-1 count.
Okay, 1 ball and 2 strikes on number 27, who was pitching, started the game pitching. I don't know where he went in their defensive alignment. Got the outside. That has been consistent strike all day long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, batter, you're just going to have to, if you don't want to hit it, at least lean out there and foul it off.
You got to foul it off. You got to fight. You know it's coming. It forces you to swing at it. So with that,
Kellerman has his 9th strikeout for the game.
9 out of 12 batters?
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah, because he's also erased the 2 base runners we've had, with one with a pickoff and one with a caught stealing.
Mm-hmm. And again, we continue with the 3 batters per inning.
We like it. So the score going into the top of the 5th inning stays 8-0. We'll see if the Athenians can put any more runs on and get some pressure here to really make a bid for maybe a 5-inning game. Although it's a beautiful day to play. Any update from Northview?
No further updates.
Okay. So next week, I think next Saturday, the JV plays in a tournament kind of format, or a couple games at least, down at Edgewood. I believe is where we go. I think I'm right in my timing. If not, it's Covington. But I think it's a varsity Covington game at...
Yeah, I know the varsity is at home Saturday.
Yep, okay. I think the JV may go to have a couple games down at Edgewood.
Edgewood Invitational.
Yep. Crawfordsville, Indiana.
Well, you'll have to root them on for me. I will be out of town at school.
Yeah, and that school is somewhere nice and warm, as I recall.
Yeah, Orlando.
Yeah. All right, Ethan Pearman stands in to start the 5th inning for the Athenians.
Hey, come on, Ethan.
And he takes first pitch strike. Yep, bunt. It's going to roll back. Oh, it is foul, but that is just what we talked about earlier. That's a ball. Mm-hmm. And Ethan ran hard, but that's a ball that started to... It was definitely going foul, but started to tail back fair.
Mm-hmm. And the way they have this cut, there's a pretty good lip there.
You're right.
The ball hits that grass, and if it comes back towards the field, it's going to roll into fair.
It's going to roll into fair ground. So he's down 0-2 here. with a called first strike and a foul ball. And there's our traditional pitch for the third strike. Low and outside, but it's definitely in the zone here. So we've got a new batter here, Eddie Heinold.
He'll be batting for Jake Decker.
Okay. So in the 9th spot, number 2 is going to step in. Eddie plays some outfield and infield. He plays second base typically in the infield, or also some right field, maybe some left field for the Athenians.
Eddie's one of those players you can kind of plug him in just about anywhere.
First pitch swinging, hits it to the shortstop. Well hit, but also well played to record the second out of the inning, 6-3. And Eddie's fast, so you got to make the play. If they mess around and can't find the handle on the ball or bobble it at all, he's generally going to get on. So now we're back around to the leadoff spot with 2 outs. Luke Mangold steps in.
Last inning, Mangold had a hit out to left field. Fouls off the first pitch.
Hit the left field again. This one's more of a pop-up, but just like the Frankfort hitter. And this time, by the way, he's running hard, thinking double. But that ball is just over the shortstop, but not far enough to carry to the left fielder, so drops in for a base hit. Second hit of the game for Luke. Up comes Will Kellerman next, number 21.
This is just a good combination. You got speed on the bases and a good left-handed batter that could put down the bunt up the bat.
Will's done a couple things. His first at bat, he hit
he walked his first time.
Okay.
His second at bat, he grounded back to the pitcher in that inning where we hit the little boogers to the pitcher.
That's right.
Mango gets the steal there. Kellerman wants to go down and have a little conversation with the coach. Maybe a little confusion on the signs.
Yeah. Maybe not sure what he wants to do. And now we got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. May have Will bunt for a hit here. Oh, it's a famous
Big swing.
Yep. And that scores. That ball gets through, nice, well executed by number 21, Kellerman, and that allows Luke to score from second base to push across the 9th run of the game for the Athenians, 9-0 here in the top of 5. Next up, with a runner on first, with Kellerman on first, is Cam Saunders in the 3 spot. And he is bunting to get the base runner moved. So now we got another guy in scoring position with a strike. One strike on the batter. And the ball right up the middle, and it gets through. And he does field it. So that ball gets by the shortstop who's diving, or maybe the shortstop makes play, gets by the second baseman, one of the two. Shortstop turns and fires it to home, and they are able to get Kellerman at the plate with a good throw.
Yeah, it was a good throw. Yeah, Kellerman was pretty much out after he come around third. Good throw to the catcher there.
I think that goes down as a single and then just an out. So just if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, that was definitely a hit by Saunders.
Yeah, he would have been on first. He was on first. And I think they should have sent the runner. Kellerman's fast, got a good break. Can get up the middle with a hit. Those airplanes are wild, aren't they? Same alignment defensively in the infield. I can't tell if the outfield's going to be the same or not.
Yeah, I was just looking at I can't tell if that's Eddie Heinold out there in center field or...
Can't either. It's either Heinold or Decker, but we're pretty good distance away. So we get 9 runs across. Looks like Caleb Bray is going out somewhere.
Looks like he's heading out to left field.
Saunders is coming in. So we are going to make a change. Looks like Bray's going in to play left. And so a couple of defensive changes in the outfield.
Yeah, Michigan, yeah, that's where I want to go.
I think that is number 2, Eddie Heinold out in center now, and number 5, Caleb Bray
Exactly right.
in
That's why we don't want to go up there.
left. Number 11, Luke Benham, still in right field. And then the infield is still the same. The battery is still the same.
All right, Kevin, we're facing the number 4, 5, and 6 batters. Number 44 here, he flew out his last time at bat. I believe it was the one that was hit up Kate Fitzwater at second base.
Yeah, I mean, nice play on it. Hey, he didn't say anything that time, and the ball was a little up and out. So ball 1 to start the bottom of 5. And he hits it well. Right out to left field, and Caleb Bray just into the game makes a nice play on it. Records the first out of the inning, so F7. Nice pitch. Couldn't get much on it, so number 16, left-hander, steps in here.
He struck out swinging last time at bat.
One ball. Second pitch, line drive, hit the Reamer, who has it in his glove. It pops out. It was well hit, hard hit line drive. Handcuffed him a little bit, I think. And he stays. Reamer hangs with it and records it out at first base. Records it out at first base after pitching it, and just wanted to make that play a little tougher than he needed to. So that's second out of the inning. They are hitting the ball at least.
Yeah, and a good thing on that one, Reamer, it hit right in his glove, but popped out. But, he didn't hesitate. He picked it up, and good, strong throw to first.
Yeah, fired across. Yep. And the ball's just a little bit inside, and Kellerman doesn't, 41 gets on, not able to get out of the way. I think he was trying to wear it. So he has a first base runner. Let's see if we can erase him.
This will be the first inning of Frankfort's plated 4 batters.
Yeah, that's right.
This is 35.
Yep, it is. It's the pitcher.
He struck out looking last time.
Okay.
Takes ball 1, first pitch.
We've got 2 outs, and Frankfort has a runner on first. And as Jeff pointed out, it is the first time they've had 4, and there's the move to first. Put the runner back in there safely.
I think Kellerman was trying to save his 3 batters per inning on that.
It's true. He still doesn't.
If he would have got that pick off at first, then this guy would be up batting again next inning.
1-1's the count.
Although the Frankfort guys are not getting a very big lead off first.
No. Their one base runner who's gotten on twice, same guy, has been removed both times. So it's the first new guy on base. Another move to first.
One more step. Come on, kid. One more.
A little bit outside. So the ball count goes to 2-1.
Yeah.
Nice curveball in there for strike 2. Evens the count up at 2-2 with 2 outs. Another curveball, but he gets a little piece of it. He's able to foul it off so he can stay alive. Keeps the count at 2-2. Oh, swinging strike 3, outside corner, and So for the first inning of the game, we'll face four hitters come up.
Mm-hmm.
But quickly erased. Runner does not advance past first base, so Frankfort does not have a runner at second. Pretty good command. Lots of strikeouts. And overall, just a good game for the Athenians.
Mm-hmm.
As we head to the top of 6.
Yep, just got an update from Northview. The Crawfordsville Middle School 7th grade just lost game 6-9.
6-9. Post heartbreaker. Are they done now?
No, they still have another game. They had the first doubleheader actually started at 2 o'clock today.
Late in the day. Our JV was down there sometime this week.
It's last Monday.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, played down there in a tough game. Took a tough loss.
Yeah, I wanted to.
But this week, beat Fountain Central on Wednesday. What happened Tuesday?
Ready popcorn?
Peanut, Cracker Jack, Frosty Ball. Doing it away.
Let's see here. Let's just look at the schedule. We had we were away at Terre Haute North on Monday.
That's right.
Tuesday we had Lebanon at home. Oh no, Tuesday was Lebanon. That's when you drove all the way to Lebanon, and the team never showed.
The Lebanon team didn't show up, which we kind of think they had it out for us because
That's a good call.
it's the second 2 years in a row now they've not shown up at their own home field when we're supposed to play them. So miscommunication there. Seems like that could be eliminated these days with an email or text. But in any case, we went to Lebanon and they weren't there.
Hey, Bob, you know they did this time back to Crawford 2 hours a minute.
Yeah,
He wouldn't lie to you.
Cade Fitzwater up to bat to start the top of the 6th inning. He last time had a hit to shortstop.
Cade's hitting in the 4 spot today. Takes up there with a 9-0 lead.
Just a little bit of ball outside.
Ball 1 to start his at bat. Fouls off the second pitch. So
Let's go now, wait on it.
evens count up at 1-1.
That's hurt, Jerry. Yeah, it's got a little top on it. Yeah.
And he fouls off the second pitch behind us for strike 2. So the count goes to 1-2 for Cade.
That's what you got the...
1-2 is the count. Ball 2 outside, low and outside, almost in the dirt.
Thanks, girls. Very good. Yeah.
Swing strike 3 for Cade. First out of the inning.
Looked like a changeup or a breaking ball there.
Yeah, he was a little bit out in front of it for sure. Number 19, Sammy Riddle steps in. What did Sammy do last time up?
Sammy got a walk last time he was up to bat. It was the one that bounced off the catcher's shin guard and ended up on second with a run coming in.
Is that a double walk? Walk for a double.
And an RBI.
That's right. Always looks good. So ball 1.
And he takes one in the middle of the bat.
Plenty right in the middle of the bat. So Luke Dunham's going to step in. Is this Luke's first at bat of the game?
This is Luke's first at bat. Looks like we have Philip Fosdick going out to courtesy run for Sammy.
Yeah, Riddle gets on base. And
Sammy does the hard work getting hit, and Philip gets to run the bases.
Pretty good system there for Philip.
So watch 2.
Ooh, Luke's first pitch swinging. Hits it behind his base runner. First baseman didn't handle it very well. First baseman can't field it cleanly, so that puts Dunham on with the error. That's a well-placed ball. It was a tough play.
Yeah, and nobody covered first either.
That too. The second baseman went about 5 feet past first base for some reason. Not sure what he was thinking there. He was ready for the overthrow. So is this Jake Weimer up?
It is.
Number 8, third baseman for the Athenians. Runners on first and second with 1 out.
I don't remember what Jake did last time at bat.
I don't either. He hits this one, sends it into center field. Right line with some, but the center fielder makes a good play on it. He gets the ball back in, does not advance the base runners. Does record the second out of the inning for Frankfort. I can't. There's nothing in there. Can you hear it?
Hey, good luck, Sal.
That's your fault.
Counts 1-0 on Pierman. Ethan Pierman stands in with 2 outs and runners on first and second. And he hits a line drive, but right to the second baseman to record the third out of the inning. Well hit.
Good hit ball.
Yep. But
Just right at him.
Athenians not able to get a run across. If we could have gotten a run across, that would have been a 10-run lead. Defense is the same as last inning. It appears. And Kelman comes back out for the bottom of the 6th, his 6th inning of work. He may be a little tired. He faced actually 4 batters that last inning. Still looks good, though. Throwing hard. The infield is still the same. And the outfield was the only changes, but those are the same as last time. So Bray, Heinold, and... Oh, we do have a change.
Tyler McKinney going into right field.
Okay, number 27 heading out to right field, so Luke Mangle comes out of the game after getting in a bat. Luke Dunham, said Luke Mangle. Luke Dunham gets on with an error, and then to get some other guys some playing time, Tyler McKinney comes into the game.
Start it off.
Okay, number 40 leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for Frankfort.
He struck out swinging last time up.
Okay. Starts with ball 1, evidently.
I think Kellerman started him off with the ball inside last time.
This was the guy you jinxed him on. There's the strike on the outside corner. Still there. 1-1's the count.
Here comes the deuce.
Nice curveball. In there for strike 2. Takes a cut at it, but was nowhere close, really. So 1-2's the count.
I think one of the Frankfurt fans behind us knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Heard him say, "Here comes the deuce."
I did hear that yell. You're right. Goes back to old reliable there on the outside. Will had great command all day long, really. And with that, is able to paint that outside part of the plate. So we get the first out of the inning. Number 23 stands in for Frankfurt.
Also a strikeout swinging last time up the bat.
The odds are today these guys will have struck out their previous at-bats. Ball gets away a little bit. Count evens at 1-1.
I know.
Oh, well.
Stays outside with that and makes the count 2-1.
Looking back here at my chicken scratches, it looks like number 11 and 44 are the only 2 that have not struck out. Number 11 has got on base twice but picked off of the bases, and number 44 has thrown out twice.
Not a lot of balls in play today, for sure. So 2-2 is the count. And he comes in with the curveball, but that gets bad on, hits out to Heinold in center field, who makes the play, records the out. And so another fly ball, but same result as everybody else. It's an out.
Mm-hmm. That brings to number 10, the top of the order, who's been taking out, striking out the swing on his 2 at-bats.
Rough day for the leadoff. Coleman sends in with 2 outs. Let's see what he does with the first pitch. Nice pitch in there for a ball, but it was a close miss.
Mm-hmm.
So 1-0 is the count.
A lot of times the pitcher hits a strike zone all day like that, he gets that call.
Yeah, I thought he would have gotten it. There's a swinging strike for number 2, to even the count up, 1-1. Breaker stays just outside, so takes the count to 2-1.
Good one.
2 down, bottom of the 6th, 9-0 lead for Crawfordsville. And there's a slow soft line drive hit down the left field line, but just foul.
And I think he hit that one a little bit off the handle of the bat on a curveball coming in.
He could have gotten that over the sweet spot of the bat. Would have gone obviously a little better, but Will handcuffed him, and kid had to swing, I think. He got tired of striking out swinging. Stays heat on the outside. And that makes the count 3-2. Full count. Will's worked himself out of the jam every other time he's had this count. And again, does it again. Lower outside. So swinging strike 3 again, 3rd time for the leadoff hitter from Frankfort. Takes us to the top of 7.
And that's Collins' 12th strikeout for the game.
12 strikeouts. Just doesn't get much better than that.
No.
Looks like Eddie Heinold is going to lead off the top of the 7th for the Athenians. It was nice that we kept the score right here so we could play 7.
Mm-hmm.
On a nice day.
It should be our 9-1-2 batters coming up, so it'll be Heinold, followed by Luke Mangold, and then Gabe Fitzwater.
It's been some runs, it's been some production, that's been guys on base all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So, with Eddie, who had it bad last time, right?
Mm-hmm. I think you had a ground out.
That's right. It was a good play over there because he hustles down that line.
I got 5 for 24. 5 for 24 when that spot comes up.
So Will's had such good command that we've obviously not been a lot of base runners or anything for Frankfort. Nobody's been to second base. It's just been a good day. And, we've played these guys with their program in middle school, so kind of most of these guys we've seen over the last couple of years, Jeff, as we've been with our guys in the middle school since our boys are freshmen, and they've, Frankfort and talking with their program, there's some issues getting the guys out and getting guys to the games and stuff, and so it's been a challenge, as our coach put it, to just make sure that guys showing up. But they've also had, at the varsity level, some incredible pitching. Leo Lopez graduated last year, but was just great talent and had great command, could throw hard.
Mm-hmm. So his younger brother, Christian Lopez, started on the mound for Frankfort today.
So first pitch counts, first and second pitch are both balls to Heinold to start off, lead off the top of the 7th for the Athenians. And he takes third pitch for a strike, so the count goes to 2-1.
Lay off back.
Count is 3-1. Good hitter's count for Heinold. See if he can drive one in the outfield. He likes to hit that gap between center and left. It's an inside strike. The Frankfort pitcher does. That takes count full to 3-2. Wasn't Eddie's pitch anyway. Nope. Swinging at the strike, ball in the dirt. Catcher makes the play, so it goes strikeout. 2-3 for the out.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings up top of the order Luke Mangold. What's he doing? He's had a pretty good day.
Luke had a hit last time at bat out to left field. It was the one just over shortstop. Not
That's right.
deep enough to get the outfielder, but long enough to get over the infielder.
He placed it perfectly. I think that's what he did the first time up right there. Is a little bit of a half swing. Sends it the other way, but the first baseman takes it himself. Records the second out of the inning and brings up number 21, Kellerman, who's done a little bit of everything today. He's bunted some. He's hit. He had a walk, bunted, hit.
Walk his first time up, grounded out his second time up, and third one he orchestrated with Coach Bean the fake bunt swing for a base hit in the right field and scored a run.
First pitch. I think he's looking to unload one here. And unfortunately, the catcher throws that ball into center field. So 1-0 is the count. Ball's high.
Let's go. 2 outs.
We'll swing in there and fouls that one off. Straight back. Makes the count 1-1. Will hits that one hard. It looks like it's going to be just enough again to get over the second baseman, but in front of the outfielder, so it drops in for a base hit. We have done that well today.
Mm-hmm.
Measured those balls perfectly.
It looks like we have Caleb Bray hitting for Cameron Saunders.
Yep, he's hitting and playing defense for Cam, so he came into the game last inning. Actually, 2 innings ago, didn't he? We have a pinch runner for Kellerman. Number 16, Dakota Swallows, into the game to run for Will. Courtesy runner for your pitcher. Or maybe pinch running.
Hey, Fitzwater, go get a little bit loose. Hurry up. Fitzwater. Get down there with him. I don't care who he's at. Oh! I think there goes. All right, let's go! Actually, never mind. I don't have a guy.
Take him on, Cut B.
Go, boys. On.
Ray hits one, foul, pops it up to the third baseman, foul, to end the inning. So the Athenians strain the runner that time, and can't execute. Some of those guys just coming in for the first at bat, so it's the first time they've seen the pitcher today. Makes a difference for sure. And I think I heard Coach Bean say they're going to loosen up Fitzwater, but as of right now, Kellerman's on to finish the game. I don't think he's thrown too many pitches, so I don't know if they're just being cautious there or if Will's feeling something. Looks like he's fine. Defense stays the same for the Athenians as it has been for the last 3 innings. So finish out the game here with 9-0 lead heading into the bottom of the 7th. Kellerman's still at it on the mound. Dakota Swallows had been in the game first time last in the top half of the inning to run for Kellerman.
That was a courtesy runner.
And then, so I think the whole JV has been in the game. Calvin Cheney's been hitting.
It looks like we're slated for the 3-4-5 in the lineup for the Frankfort.
Okay. Kind of hard of the order then.
Number 2.
Let me venture a guess. Did they perhaps strike out?
No, actually, we're my bad. We're slated for number 11. Been on base twice.
See that in the 2 spot?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Been
right.
on base twice, picked off twice.
Okay. He's decent at getting on base percentage is okay, but he doesn't stay on base long. That's all right. First pitch in there for a strike. Well, Kellerman's still. Sorry about that. Kellerman's still staying hot here, so it's 1-1. I'm sure Frankfort would love to erase that big 0 on their side of the scoreboard, but I'm sure for the Athenians, we were trying to keep a shutout here. Actually, we're trying to keep any runner from getting to second base today. So counts 1 and 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brings a high heat that sometimes looks attractive when you have 2 strikes, but number 11 for Frankfort doesn't go for it, so it makes count 2 and 2. Strike 3 looking, and I think they probably need to figure out that if you're going to get the ball in play, you're going to swing those bats. So,
I believe that would be Kellerman's 13th strikeout for the day.
13 strikeouts, 7 innings of work. That's a first out of the inning. Just a great job today. Ball stays outside for a ball. Second pitch is back right in our spot that we have seen often today. So 1-1 is the count. Count goes 2-1 on the starting pitcher actually for the game. Takes that one low for 3-1 count. Strike 2 swinging. Got some heat with that the batter couldn't catch up to, and probably these guys are all confused like what's coming next. What do you think's coming next? I would have said the breaker, but he went for the fastball. It was low. That's the first walk.
That was the first walk of the game.
Yep, first walk issued. So, just low. Will knew it. He turned around. He was frustrated with himself. Didn't hit a spot that he wanted to hit, and I don't think he can be too upset, though.
No, 7 innings and only being his second start of the year.
Yep. Guy gets a bat on it, but pops it up to second base, and Cade Fitzwater's there to make the play. So 22 swings at the first pitch. He's not going to mess around. He
was pitch hitting for 44, who flew out 2 times before him. So no fun being the number 4 batter today.
No, not much success there. So we got 2 outs, got a base runner on. I wonder if Will won't erase the base runner. He's going for the batter. Sammy Riddle gets up there, makes a nice play to go get that high fastball. And high inside, so that was ball 1. Second pitch inside, evidently. Looks like ball 2. Got a runner on, 9-0 lead for the Athenians. 2-0 is the count, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7. Nice pitch. Comes back after 2 balls. There's a good strike in that outside corner, and the count is 2-1. Ball stays outside. 3-1. Ooh, get him with the high heat on the 3-1 count. Cannot stop his swing, as you and I were talking about earlier. So that takes the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Nope. A little low. Back-to-back walks.
All right, Zoe. Get him in.
He's really close with those. Matter of fact, I don't think umpire could give him that one, but because of his control of the zone today, you do, as you said, you mentioned earlier, you do get those close ones. So Coach Bean's going to call time, and just go visit with his pitcher. Talk to Will. Probably just see how he's feeling. Calm him down. Say, hey, don't let that get to you. Got 2 outs here. Let's just finish this thing.
Right. Batter up now, number 41. Have him recorded for a strikeout and a hit by pitch.
Okay. So the Frankfort Hot Dogs mounting a little bit of a threat here in the bottom of the 7th.
Get him in.
After it's also the first base runner to second base all day.
Mm-hmm.
So again, just can't stress enough or talk about enough what a great day it is. There's a pop up to second base. Great job. Ruth mangled over from shortstop to make the play because Cade's looking back into the sun.
Yep.
He calls him off, executes well. Will gets a pop-up, just a masterful day on the mound. That's 2 back-to-back good performances, 2 back-to-back complete games by the pitching staff, which, by the way, then saves the arms when you're playing 5 games a week.
Yeah.
That saves your Decker and your Fitzwater and those relief arms that have been coming in there, Weimer and other guys. And Will probably did not throw a lot of pitches today.
No, we didn't have pitch count, but like you said, he was getting strikeouts in the first part of the game and only seeing 3 batters at a time, so you're not throwing too many pitches.
All right. Hey, we want to sign off here, but great day. 2 Athenian wins. The varsity stays undefeated in the conference.
Mm-hmm.
Continues that. They'll play Frankfort again later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
But they are able to go 9-0 here in 7 innings of play. Will Kellerman goes the distance on the mound. Does a great job. Timely hitting again, just like last night against Zionsville in a much closer game, 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
But really great performances by our junior varsity and varsity baseball teams. All right. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.